Hi guys, we're gonna work to another challenge on the Blue Team Labs Online today, and we're gonna work on this challenge, which is one of the free challenges on the platform. It's a malicious PowerShell analysis. So we can let's go through the scenario very quick. So recently, the networks of a large company named I don't know how to pronounce that, but like this company were compromised after an employee opened a phishing email containing malware. The damage caused was critical and result in business-wide disruption. This legend had to reach out to a third-party incident response team to assist with the investigation. You're a member of the IR team. All you have is an encoded PowerShell script. Can you decode it and identify what malware is and responsible for this attack? So basically, we're gonna reverse a PowerShell script. It's a malicious one. So let's just getting started. We have to download this file, I believe. So have a Windows 10 VM in here. So it's highly recommend you guys to run this in VM because this malicious script is actually malicious. So you don't want to run it on your host machine. So we can download this. I believe I didn't enable the network connection, so let's enable it very quick. Yeah, so I didn't connect. Yes. So let's connect to the download this malicious file. And we can cut it to the desktop for our analysis. Extract it. Everything from BTRO, if it's malicious, it needs to be use infected password to wait, it is not infected, so the password is BTLO. Sorry guys, so it's a BTLO. Yeah, so everything it was being encrypted because for the sake of the safety and for not being deleted by the antivirus, so it was being encrypted. So the scenario was suggested we use text editor and the CyberChief to solve this challenge. And in case you don't know what CyberChief is, basically it is a website for you can just use it for decoding different encoding. It's really powerful too, and highly recommend to go to check out. And we can see that we got these two files, and the first file is this long, very strange PowerShell script, and we have this. This file just reminds you that don't give this away for free. Don't. Yeah, it's just a policy. So let's see what we can find from here. So the first question is it's basically asking you what kind of protocols was being used for the malicious domain. So we gotta use PowerShell. We gotta use the CyberChief for this one. Let's see. I'm gonna do this everything in my VM just in case do not get into any malware on my host. So you can go into this website, CyberChief, and you paste that in here. So what you wanna do is we have no idea what this is, this encoding technique it used, but basically you want to first apply the base64 to this file, but it seems like it does not do the trick, right? We can use something like decode text. We have this stuff in here, and basically you want to try the different combination for this encoding. So after I tried, I found out that the 120000, this one, actually it's not this one though, it is different one, I believe. Oh yeah, you wanna use this UTF-16LE. It seems like it does not do the trick. Let's see. Yes, so you cannot really like include that PowerShell command in the front, so that could cause some issue. But you see that now we have this this string here looks familiar, but it's still not quite obvious because it still has some obfuscation being applied on here. But we have been making a big progress, so we can copy the raw output to our text editor and go from there. So let's go into the notepad, copy paste this in. So what I would like to do is usually just analyze it line by line, because this is nothing, there's no trick for this one. So you gotta be really patient. So you see we see that we have this semicolon in here, but the BTLO actually gives you a link in here that how to de-obfuscation PowerShell, putting the tube paste back in the tube. So it gives you all these tricks how the PowerShell was used to encode or obfuscate the regular command. So I highly recommend you guys to read this before you attempting this challenge, because it's gonna really helpful. But let's going back to this challenge. So the first question, always focus on question first. So the first question is asking for what security protocol is being used for the communication with malicious domain. So this one is pretty straightforward. It is straightforward. We have to, I believe there is something you can put it together. So you see that this is like a system, right? System.io directory, right? DIORY ECT, DIORY RECT. Oh shoot, RECT. Yeah, DIORY ECT. Yeah, sorry about this. So this is basically a message, right? So we got this familiar, very familiar in here, right? So we got this string, and this you just need to like combine them together, and we can see that there's something else going on in the script, right? So we just need to like separate them and see what kind of script was in there. So because each line was being separated by the semicolon, so we can just separate this each line and analysis them. There's no shortcut for this, so you just gotta bear with me. It is a lot of work. So we see here we have this URL as well. It's definitely leads to the answer later. So, but let's just separate this first for help us to make our life easier a little bit. So so we see that here for the first question is asking for what kind of protocols it has been deployed. This looks like not very obvious at the first, but if we just combine this together, we see that it's TLS 1.4, right? So we have this TLS 1.4 was in the string. They just being separate, so you need to like put them together, and it was your answer. So TLS 1.4 is for the first answer. And moving to the next question, what directory does obfuscated PowerShell create? Starting from the home. So we gotta looking for the string, right? String in the in the PowerShell. We know that we gotta combine them together. So we have this yes, so we see that we have this home in here. So the question has actually hinted us that it starts as this home, so we can just copy it and we can put over here, right? So now we need to figure out, okay, so we have this string over here. So let's just concat them together, bh, and we have this 30, right? We have this 30, and we see that here has a 0, so perhaps that is a slash, right? Perhaps that is a slash to separate the directory, and we have yf 5b e5g, right? So this is actually our answer for this question. And yes, also you want to add a slash, backslash. The 0 represents as a backslash in this obfuscation techniques. And moving to the next question, what file is being downloaded? It wants the full name. Okay, so you want full name. We want to looking for definitely it has something to do with file name, but we see that we have this string over here. So what this string says, A695. Okay, so we can put the A695 over here, and we want to see what kind of file it is. So I know the answer is I'm trying to find out the answer for you guys. So but apparently I cannot find the answer. Let me see. It says Yes, apparently, if you're going back to read that articles, you see that, okay, so we got this string over here, okay, right? And you see that there's the same string over here and the plus.dll. So right, so we know that this file was being downloaded. It was the a695.dll because they just being concatenated together. If we're doing some analysis, right? So that is the answer for that one. And when we move into the next question, what is used to execute the downloaded file? I believe this one is a little bit tricky actually. So what is used to execute the downloaded file? So it's basically you just have to like really just looking through all these combinations, you know, and just trying to figure out yourself. But I can give you guys an answer for now because I know that this could take a long time for me to do this on the fly because I haven't done this for a while, so I don't really remember how I figured out. But the answer is, let me see if I can figure out before I want to give you guys the answer though. Yeah, it's basically a DLL file, but like I mean like you can search for like what is used to execute the DLL in Windows, right? So yeah, the answer is run32.dll. Yeah, actually, it's run32.dll. Run DLL 32. So I don't think the answer was in the script itself, but like the answer is run DLL 32. You just gotta do a quick Google to see what kind of file was being used. What kind of executable is being used to execute this DLL file. And moving to the next question, what is the domain name of the URL ending in this? So it hints you this the URL over here. So we can say that there's some domain over here, and we just have to search through this long URL and figure out ourselves. So it is asking for the URL ending in that. Perhaps we can do like do a search to just yeah, it does not give us back. So that means there's something was being separated, and we have to like really just figure out ourselves. So let's search for maybe this. Okay, it does not work. Okay, so 2GD. Can we find anything? Yeah, it does not give us any it does not give us any result back. So I believe it is in this in this long string, okay, so it is challenge, it is a challenge task, but I'm looking at my notes because I just can't remember it on the fly how I did this, but looking through my notes, I think I know where that answer is actually. So yes, so it is actually over here. So you got this piece, so you just gotta copy it and just extract it, and you see that it is really tricky. So you see that here we gotta delete that concat, and we can delete that concat, also delete that concat, and we can delete that concat as well, delete that concat, right? So it's a lot of concat, the attacker trying to make our analyst job more harder. So this is your job, right? So you just gotta figure this out. So it is a lot of work. Now we got this answer, right? So the answer is wm.mcdevelop.net. Okay, so this is the answer for the second last question, and we got this last question is based on the analysis of the obfuscated code, what is the name of the malware? Okay, so being straightforward, if you're going to the any intelligence website, you're gonna see that there's some like URL hosts. You just search for this domain, right? It's pretty simple and easy. So you see, you put that domain we discovered earlier into this URL host database, and we can see that it is actually it is actually a emoton, right? Emoton. See? Emoton. Okay, so that is the answer for the last question, and that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough, and thank you guys for watching. See you next time.